Hi, Swati Sudhani here. I'm here to explain about impact of robotics on supply chain management of organizations. The main topics are included like introduction, overview, history, advantages, disadvantages, dangers, technical aspects, social aspects, environmental aspects of robotics, and most important topics are ethical aspects, legal aspects, existing concepts, predictions regarding the directions, conclusion, and differences. Coming to the main point, introduction. At present, nowadays, it is the most widely applied and utilized technologies, and it is regarded as next generation technology. Yes, robotics is nothing but next generation technologies. From the business point of view, especially in supply chain management, robotics played an important role, and the study will first focus on the overview of robotics. So, coming to the overview of robotics, the main important key role of the robotics is to improvement of machines and then to develop expert systems and to simulate or implement human intelligence artificially in machines and the development of machines for human assistance. And the major types of robots under the study robotics are cobots, hybrids, automated guided robots, autonomous mobile robots, and these are some of the main robots under the study robotics. Coming to the history of robotics, the first artificial intelligence is regarded as robotics in 1945 by the scientist Isaac Asimov, and later in 1950 the scientist Alan Turing developed the test by name Turing test to evaluate the intelligence. And in 1956, John McCarthy is a scientist who termed the artificial intelligence, and the same scientist, John McCarthy, invented the Lisp programming language of artificial intelligence in 1958. So the first computer-controlled car was built and named as Stanford Car in 1979. So during the period like 1970s and the 1980s, there is a lot of development in the robotics. So many scientists came forward to do their inventions on the robotics. And in the 2000 year, a robot by name Kismet was developed and it's invented successfully. And in the same year, ASIMO was introduced by Honda, and it's also called as a humanoid robot. So in the recent year, that is in 2016, Hands-on Robotics created a humanoid robot, and that is the first robot citizen and named as Sophia. So this invention, humanoid robot invention, made many steps, many scientists to go forward. And during the period 2016 to 20, robots and artificial intelligence were applied to create digital assistants. And in 2017, Boston Dynamics developed a robot called Handle. So it is nothing but unloading trucks and operations, and it is related to supply chain management. And it is nothing but supply chain management. So the first use of modern robots in factories and in industrial robots. So these industrial robots are fixed machines, like it is manufacturing tasks which allowed production with less human work. So digitally programmed industrial robots are with artificial intelligence have been built in the year 2000s. So in the fourth century BC, there is a mathematician. So coming to the advantages, as per the UK government data, uh, robots installation may take 30%, which adds to the global economy, and its cost for $4.9 trillion per year by 2030. And the data published by statistics shown in 2020 that the market size of industrial robots for more than USD 37 million kilo million. And the main advantages of using robotics in supply chain management is robotics in logistics, cobots, autonomous robots, and then automation in warehouse technology, automation in inventory technology. For the humans to work in warehouse is very difficult, and with the invention of robotics, the work is very easier. The main disadvantages of using robotics is it is very cost and high power consumption, increased cost to implement, install, maintain, and run. It affects on human interaction and high skills and expertise required. And there is a lot of unemployment because of robots. There is a lot of unemployment. Number of workers are reduced. And coming to the dangers, so yeah, it's the main danger, loss of jobs of humans, and then false like malfunction, cyber security issues, uh, and coming to the technical aspects of robotics. So the AMR system enables workers to be more productive for the constant collaboration. So there are two types of AMR, named as fleet management solutions and pick optimization robots. So fleet management solution is nothing but it helps in supply chain management, in operating with bigger payloads and route the robots from their original place to their destination. On the other hand, pick management robots is nothing but the movement of people and machines in a process flow that is designed to increase the picking process. Mm. And the autonomous mobile robots are better at navigating as they have 3D vision and collision avoidance, which makes them safe to use. And the use of robotics provides multiple facts of supply chain management, um, multiple uses of supply chain management, and it uses to sustainability, and it saves operating costs and improves efficiency and service. So another social benefit of using AMR technique in supply chain management is that it reduces the number of human workers in the warehouse. Coming to the environmental aspects, there are 8 supply chains such as construction, food, electronics, fashion, fast moving, freight accounts, and professional services. So all these supply chains cause 50% of the global generation greenhouse gas emissions. So these may affect our environment by producing some harmful gases. And there are many environmental advantages using robotics in supply chain. For example, using robotics can reduce the waste in supply chain management. So so it will picking errors are reduced, and it results in less usage of resources, energy, transportation, and consumption of fossil fuels. And the first in 1950s, George C. Devol, an inventor from Louisville, Kentucky is the name. He invented an reprogrammable manipulator by name Unimate from Universal Automation. For the next this decade, he attempted to sell his product in the industry, but it did not succeed. So, coming to the ethical aspects, robots can be manipulated and programmed to harm humans, so which can arouse questions about the safety of human workers in supply chain management. So, actually, the founder of robotics is Parsons and Frank L. Stullen. So, the first modern digital and programmable robot was invented by George Devol in 1954 and spawned his seminal robotics company Unimation. And the first, and it is also named as next generation robots. And during an unknown situations, robot can make mistakes, and these mistakes are maybe severe or smaller. It doesn't matter. And robots can also cause biases in supply chain management, as robots are easily trained in certain way to face face, and however the who invented the creator can miss out on details. uh, Maybe those are severe or smaller. The first use of the word robot was in Carol Capek's play RUR, that is Rossum's Universal Robots, in 1920, and the first performed in Czechoslovakia in 1921, in New York City in 1922, and it is published in India English edition publication in 1923. So the first humanoid robot was a soldier with a trumpet, made in 1810 by Frederick Coman in Germany. So in Germany, there is a great thing. First humanoid robot is soldier. So the origin of the word robot is a relative newcomer to the English language. It was the brainchild to the novel journalist Carroll. So he is a scientist who introduced in 1920 hit play and it Rossum's Universal Robot. So to reduce, actually the thought, they came scientists got the thought of inventing robot to reduce the work for humans. And coming to the legal aspects, there are many legal obligations which warehouses need to comply with the Health and Safety Act 1974, and there are still some more. And for example, in supply chain management, so the tools are used to sanitize workplaces to prevent the spread of COVID-19 among the workers. However, there are some safety challenges because of the robots, or most of the employees are not properly trained to work with robots. So this increases risk. This is the main drawback of using robotics. And then, um, so robots can also be defined as autonomous machine that is capable of predicting the environment and carrying out computations to perform actions in the real world. So the robots are built, used, and deployed every day to improve the organizational culture. So the use of robotics in the supply chain helps to collaboration between humans and robots, efficiency and productivity. So on the other hand, the use of robotics can cause unemployment. This is the major drawback of using robots. So the autonomous robots are expected. Uh, it has a strong growth in the next 5 years, especially in the supply chain management, and it may has high risks and lower value. So in future, there will be more ubiquitous in the supply chain management, like human abilities, such as they have some haptic sensors, which will allow robots to grasp some objects. It will impact the supply chain uh, positively by human beings. And coming to the conclusion, so we already seen some topics about robotics and supply chain management. All the topics are discussed in detail. An overview, the history of development of modern day, and the advantages, disadvantages, and and dangers of using robots in the supply chain management. So these are the differences. Thank you.